So this is a little bit of information on our speed training program. Basically, with speed training, we're trying to target those fast twitch fibers. So a lot of people have heard that we have fast twitch fibers and we have slow twitch fibers. We're trying to target those fast twitch fibers. And what we've found out scientifically over the years is that to be fast, you basically have to train fast. So the days where you're going with a lot of weight, going really slow, you can build strength that way, but you can't really build speed. To build speed, we want to be able to strengthen more rapidly. That's important, of course, in the athlete that wants to be faster, but it's even important in us people that used to be kind of athletic, and maybe we're still going to the gym, but we find ourselves losing power, we find ourselves having difficulty keeping our weight off and that type of thing. And basically is what research has demonstrated is that by performing moderate intensity, slower exercise, as we get older, our fast twitch fibers actually convert over to slow twitch fibers. And as that happens, that changes our metabolism. And the body does that for a good reason. It's trying to make us conserve energy. It's trying to make us into a Toyota Prius. And in environments where you might not be able to get enough calories every day, that can be very helpful. But in a society like ours, where we all pretty much get as many calories as we need, that can be a problem. And so basically, instead of being that Toyota Prius that gets really good gas mileage, we want to try to make our bodies into more of a muscle car, in which we're burning energy, we're burning calories, and we're keeping that more youthful metabolism that also gives us more of an explosive ability like we used to have. So at either end of the spectrum, recruiting those fast twitch fibers can be very helpful. This particular machine allows us to do that, and so I'll demonstrate how this works. We have this machine set so that I could train it at very high speeds, and so I'm just going to give you an example of a joint motion here that I could do on this machine that would be a little tough to duplicate otherwise. So I'm basically going to be pushing down and pulling up, okay? And I'm going to do that as fast as I can. And this machine is giving me resistance through the full arc. So that's an example of a fast twitch fiber. And as what we have here are the results of my efforts, and that is on the way up I was able to push about 80 foot-pounds of torque, on the way down about 120 foot-pounds of torque. And ideally we would be able to progress this at varying speeds. So that was at 240 degrees per second. We could go a little slower, we could go a little higher, but the idea is to find that speed that you want the person to perform at and then train at that speed. It'd be nice if we could do this with other equipment, but the problem is something like a free weight system over here. If we tried to do a fast motion like that, just because of the momentum factor, it takes a lot of torque to get it moving, but once the weight is moving, then momentum is helping and you're not getting the resistance through the entire range of motion. So there's certain equipment that allows this to happen. This is one of those pieces of equipment. We have other ways to accomplish this once a person has trained in the gym environment, in our clinic environment. There are ways to mimic this at home that give you a very similar effect to what we're doing with this more fancy piece of equipment, and we'll get into that a little later into the training session.